Hi, my name is Nadine Niba. I lead the risk advisory practice for BDO in Alberta. Today, I'm going to be doing a BDO Q&A. You began your journey in Cameroon and later immigrated to Canada. How did those early experiences shape your path to BDO? I feel like it was divine. Growing up in Cameroon teaches you adaptability, it teaches you tenacity, it teaches you how to thrive in different environments. Those values were very much embedded in me and in my upbringing, and it made my transition into BDO very seamless. I was able to hit the ground running from week one. I also have my team to thank for this, because when I joined the team, they were so welcoming, so accommodating. Everyone was willing to teach you how the firm works, the processes, the systems, and it just made my transition very seamless. Now, question 2. You worked at several Big Four firms before joining BDO. What stands out to you about BDO culture? The culture is very intentional with how the staff is being treated. BDO really invests in your growth as a professional. 2, although BDO is a global firm, it feels global and local at the same time. You don't feel like you're lost in a pool of so many professionals. No, you feel like you're heard, your voice matters, and you are deployed on engagements that develop your strongest skills. So at the end of the day, you find that as a professional, you're growing in the direction that you want to develop. Another thing, I realized that the culture at BDO is very entrepreneurial. So although I'm an employee, I also feel like an entrepreneur at the same time. I'm able to go out there, win business for my service line. In BDO, I don't see myself as an employee. I see myself as an intrapreneur. That's the word. Question number 3. Across your Alberta teams, what does do more together look like in practice? There's a lot of teamwork, working together. We come to the office, we sit in an open collaborative space. Do more together means working together as a team to bring the best value to our clients. Next question. What experience taught you the most about resilience in your career? I came in as an international student, $100 in my pocket. I had international student tuition to pay. I had to feed. I had to survive. And the way the immigration system works is when you come in as an international student, you have to graduate in order to get your work permit. You have to get a job in order to become a permanent resident, and the process continues. So everything is connected. Finding a job is 70% referral, 30% applying straight out of the bunch. How does somebody who is new to a country start leveraging referral networks? So it was more like a sink or swim situation for me, and sinking was not an option. I had to go out there and learn firsthand how to create great relationships, how to sell myself to the extent that it was gonna land me a job. Going through all of that taught me resilience. It taught me how to handle challenges from a very young age. It taught me to see the positive side in every negative situation, because at the time I thought I was struggling too much and this was just a very difficult life. However, when I look back now, I realized that I went through that to be able to learn how to effectively create relationships and effectively build networks, which has become a very important foundational block for my career right now. You've written a book about the immigrant experience in corporate North America. What did writing teach you that you now bring to your work? You know, throughout my career, I've been a consultant working for various firms, and it's a very fast-paced environment. You're client to client, you're analyzing data. When I got to writing was more of a sit down and think through kind of exercise. I had to sit down, I had to think through what I was writing, I had to read it over and over and over again. That was a side that helped balance the consultant in me, having been a consultant throughout my career. And it helps me deliver a more quality and solid recommendations to the clients I work with, because I'm able to put both sides of me together. How do you see BDO creating space for women and diverse leaders to succeed? That's a very good question. When I was doing the launch of Quarterback, my leader knew that the book launch was coming up. He calls me into a meeting and he says, "Nadine, your book launch is coming up." And I said, "Yes, I'm so excited about it." And he said, "How can I and BDO as a firm support you to ensure the success of this book launch?" The firm did not only care about my success on the job, but they cared about my success as a person and the success of the community I had written this book for. That they were really committed to see that this book achieved the goal that it was meant to achieve. And it gives me so much joy that I find myself in an environment that I'm going to be supported to achieve my goal and get to the level I want to attain in my career. It's just the right environment to sit and grow. What piece of advice do you find yourself giving most often? Do your best in the present, the future will take care of itself. The reason why I say this is because I find that most times people get anxious because they are worrying about the future a lot. But the secret of the future is actually hidden in your daily routine. Whatever you're doing right now, do it to the best. Do it like your life depends on it. And the future is going to effortlessly reveal itself and bring to you all the things that you hope and wish for. What are you most excited about BDO's future and your role shaping it? I'm excited to continue building a very resilient team, establishing a very strong presence for the risk advisory team in Alberta, and making the practice and the firm to be known not just for its technical competence, but for how it treats its clients and develops its people. Because in BDO, we really prioritize doing more together and putting people first. Thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to us doing more together.